These past few days, there have been more and more prominent journalists and congresspeople saying the term Wuhan virus is racist. It came about after Rep. Paul Gosar of Arizona self-quarantined after a potential exposure at CPAC. With no evidence, these people are accusing him and other conservatives of racism and inciting hatred toward the Chinese. Ted Lieu, always happy to show his ignorance, can't just tweet a strictly positive tweet. He has to insert some sort of jab, as all leftists do. Now, how can you rationally think that calling it the Milan virus is as dumb as calling it the Wuhan virus, when we know with almost complete certainty that this originated in Wuhan and calling viruses by their suspected origin is common practice? And what is Ted talking about when he's saying that we're myopic and this virus is not constrained by country or nation? Of course, no one believes that it's constrained to just Chinese people or China. That's why everyone in the world is scared of getting this virus. Unfortunately for Paul Gosar, the PC rules change on a dime, and if it's decided that you're a bad guy, there's not going to be any mercy. There were many headlines showing up saying that Rep. Paul Gosar's use of the term Wuhan virus spurred outrage and is under fire. My question is, who's the one outraged? Why do these super sensitive people that seek to be victims get all the attention, and why should we be taking them seriously? Was it hateful when CNN called it the Wuhan virus? Why are they only getting upset with Republicans saying it? The media feeds this narrative, and all of a sudden you get people saying, you know what, you're right, I should be offended by that ignorant right-wing guy for calling it the Wuhan virus. Never mind the fact that the members of the mainstream media were calling it the Wuhan virus just a few seconds ago. Oh, and while we're accusing people of fostering hatred against the Chinese for no reason, let's not forget that our president's favorite CNN reporter would also be considered guilty if the left didn't have double standards. If the media wants to critique the way the Trump administration is handling the pandemic, that would at least be more fair. But to waste cycles on whether or not this is racist, that's ridiculous. People are out there scared, the economy is collapsing, and the media are compounding our problems by adding a racial dimension out of nowhere. The media, the Democrats, they're saying, well, why don't you just call it by its proper term, COVID-19? I would take them a lot more seriously if they weren't on the same side of those that insist we call illegal aliens, undocumented immigrants, unborn babies just a clump of cells, and transgender women real women. They really don't care about the official terms. They love politicizing everything. They want a police language to control you. I honestly feel bad for these people. You cannot live your life looking for problems that don't exist. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable forever and never happy. And I like how they're saying that it's the conservatives that are trying to rebrand the coronavirus as the Wuhan virus. These people are conspiracy theorists. Conservatives calling things by their proper terms isn't the same thing as rebranding. If anyone is trying to rebrand coronavirus, it's this person. Why does the media always target the conservative and defend the ignorant person? I'm sure Business Insider is not xenophobic, right? Oh, what's this? A link to another article they wrote that uses the term Wuhan virus? What a shame. Get him, Ted. Oh, well, they changed their headline, so I guess they learned their lesson? Oh, but wait, what's this? Business Insider using the term MERS? What can that mean? Surely it won't be a xenophobic term. Oh, MERS means Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. Looks like Business Insider forgot to scrub this. But you know what? The CDC is run by Trump, and we all know he's racist, so what other entity can we trust to get non-racist information? I know. How about the World Health Organization?
Here are 5 things you should know about MERS. MERS, or the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, is a viral respiratory illness that is caused by a coronavirus and was first identified in humans in Saudi Arabia in 2012.
Literally, the first thing they said in their list of 5 things you should know about MERS is that it started in the Middle East and it's a form of coronavirus. But calling it the Chinese coronavirus is bigoted. Sure. Honestly, when people were calling it the Wuhan virus in America back before it was considered racist, I didn't even participate in that. I had always just called it coronavirus from the beginning, so you can't call me racist. But who did call it the Wuhan virus and who still does? The Taiwanese people. Why aren't they called racist? In fact, it was a Taiwanese person who first told me a month ago that is called Wuhan Pneumonia in Taiwan. Of course, they also have the term 新冠状病毒, which means new coronavirus, but saying 武汉肺炎 is much shorter to say when discussing it. It's used in Taiwanese publications. Even BBC uses the alleged racist term. I didn't want to be a snitch, but even the Taiwanese Center for Disease Control calls it the Wuhan Pneumonia. So Ted, I'm going to call you out. You, being a Taiwanese American and knowing full well that this term is not racist in the slightest, you should apologize for creating unnecessary tension in America at a time when we need unity and peace.